Hey y'all, Leely here. So this week has been a bit of a disaster. I guess the last couple weeks. Week before last I worked really hard to get a room clean enough that I felt comfortable sleeping in it, which I did accomplish that because I knew that last week sorry. Because I knew that last week we would have a whole week where we could stay here and get a lot of work accomplished, not having to travel back and forth to home. But Tuesday, I got sick with a sinus infection, which led to me being in bed for days. I did get antibiotic, and I've been on antibiotic for several days now, but so that kind of ruined our plans. In addition to the fact that the temperature dropped into the 20s at night, and we currently do not have we have electricity, but it's old, and we have a breaker that's separate from the house that we run extension cords from to do what we need to do in the house so we don't turn on the main electricity in the house. Anyway, I digress. So we didn't have a way to heat the room. So between me being sick and the temperatures last week was a bit of a bust. We did come several days and I just stayed in the bed bundled up while Daryl worked in the attic. He got a lot done getting the old blowing insulation out. In fact, we're here today for him to finish that up. So I did minor little things just because of feeling so useless. It's hard to just lay around when you know you should be working. I'm squinting. I didn't accomplish anything important. I wasn't out on the front doing paint, scraping paint, which is what I needed to be doing. I'm feeling some better. I guess you could tell it's still not 100%. Some better though. So hopefully today I can accomplish something. I don't know what, but something. Hopefully tomorrow I can get back to scraping paint. So I'm coming from you from the back door, which is terrible. It's not as pretty as the front. It needs a lot of work back here, but this originally was all open porch. We've talked about making it open porch again, but we haven't decided if we want to do that or just put some nice big windows in it and make it like a sunroom. And of course, this whole door situation has to be fixed, but yeah. I was able to get the room livable. It isn't what I wanted. It didn't turn out the way I wanted, but we got a bed in there, and we can stay here when we're able to. And when the temperatures have come back up, honestly, so hopefully this coming week we'll be able to get some nice long days and stay here. Because we do have a working bathroom. Just so you know, we have a working bathroom. We got a big utility sink in it, which is one thing we did do the week before last. Originally it had just this cute little wall-mounted pink sink, which I love, and every other person that has come through has hated it. Daryl hates it. I thought about keeping it in one of the bathrooms because Daryl told me I could have one bathroom with a clawfoot tub and maybe this pink sink, but come to find out it has a crack in it, so I might can fix it, but I'm not sure. Daryl was thrilled when we found the crack because he hates it. He said it reminds him of he had a pink sink and tub and his childhood bathroom, and I would think you'd get nostalgia from that, but he evidently hated them his whole life. So anyway, so we took Sorry, so we took that out and put a big utility sink because of cleaning rollers and paint rollers and brushes and stuff. We needed a nice big sink. Eventually it will come out of there and go into my utility room, because where our bathroom we have working is going to be done away with, and it's going to become pantry space eventually. But for right now, it's our working bathroom. My goal is to get back to scraping paint, and when it gets too dark to scrape paint on the outside, maybe moving to scraping paint on the inside of the windows. Yeah. So that's really wordy. But anyway, I'll show you what videos I do have. I've done, like I said, a few little things. I do have all the video of us undoing that room and putting it back together. I'll show you all that. And Daryl has taken some video of his work in the attic, so I'll show you that. And yeah, so I hope you like it. Sorry it's not much got accomplished, but we did try. And I'm sorry it's late getting posted, but like I said, I've been in bed for a week. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you see something I'm doing that, hey, I need to do different, I'm always open to constructive comments. Let me know. And if you like what we're doing, let me know that too. Also, let me know what you think of the bedroom now that it's done. I'll put a video. I think I have a video clip of all that's in there right now is a bed and a little table that I got on clearance because it's on rollers and it's actually like an art cart, and so it'll eventually go in that room anyway. But let me know what you think of the room. Let me know if you love it or if you are on my same wavelength and that it just doesn't suit the house. Alright, thanks for watching.
Okay, so big issue we're currently having is it gets dark about 6:30. There's still a couple of good hours of work time in that. And you may say 8:30 is late to work. Yes, except when you work and you're only getting here later in the day, you need as much time as possible. So while I do come and work all day, my husband doesn't get here till after work, and his help is very needed to get a lot of these jobs done. So what we decided to do is we're gonna fix this room up and put a bed in it, and basically a night or two a week sleep here, and then that way we can get up early and get to work, not have to commute to make it here because we're roughly an hour away. And then we can work later and not have to worry about the hour drive back home. So our step one is we're going to tear off all this paneling, and then we're going to tear off this wallpaper. Well, I do like the wallpaper. It's not in the best shape. And I'll save a piece to put in a collage, but that's the step. We're going to tear off the paneling, tear off the wallpaper, and then underneath this tongue and groove, I guess it's kind of like shiplap, but not. And then we will just paint that. So that's what we're doing.
Can we wreck it?
Yes, we can. from the hyperlapse, Daryl pulled off most of the paneling. I did get one piece before, and he's going to let me pull off this last piece of paneling. So look how great the room looks with this wallpaper. Why did they ever cover it? I wish it was in better shape. We could just save it, but... Alright, last piece. Coming off. If I can do it. Probably not, because there's a pipe in the way. And I just stepped on a nail.
That makes 2 nails for Lisa. So pull this end down.
No. The pipe is holding it on. Unless I can get my
Come on.
hands under.
Okay, you want to do
Switch
video?
out. I didn't get to pull the last piece, Dad.
And don't worry, you're not the only one.
Well, you probably have thicker shoes on then. Ta-da! Last piece of paneling is off. Boom. So here's what the house looked like. Probably 1960 when they redid everything with paneling. We do know this is at least the second wallpaper. We found this wallpaper under it in some areas. And then over in this corner, there may possibly be a third wallpaper.
I think that's just the border for that.
It's hard to, it's just thick over here in this corner. Yeah, I think it's just the border. But you see up there, there's like a rose border that may have went with that.
Hey, everybody.
Anyway, I'll try to get a closer shot of it when we pull it down. But there we go. This ultimately will end up being my art room / studio. But hopefully for the next couple months it will be our bedroom while working on the house. And the reason we started with this room is we felt like it needed the least amount of work, because I was just going to paint this white and leave it white for the art room. And I think it'll look cool, hopefully. But I also didn't plan on this paper sticking so well, because where it's attached to the cheesecloth, it's coming off really easy. But there was a whole section here where there was no cheesecloth. So hopefully the rest of the room will come down a little better. We haven't seen the condition of the roof yet. We do know it was wallpapered as well. But we'll pull these ceiling tiles down, which are we're pretty sure these are fiberglass ceiling tiles, not asbestos tiles. So we're good with that. All right. Boo Boo says bye. She's been put in this chair because he keeps eating stuff off the floor that we do not know what it is. Ain't that right, Boo Boo? She doesn't like it. All right, signing off. So we just pulled a big section of the old wallpaper off and discovered this. While it's super water damaged, this is the very bottom layer. So we're pretty sure this would have been the original 1934 wallpaper. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty paper. So you can see like the vines. That's really cool. And I don't know if this is the only wall that it was left, because it's like they just wallpapered over the wallpaper that was here. And whatever wasn't here, they just wallpapered over it. Strange. But yeah, it's really pretty. Try not to step on any nails. Oh, look how pretty that is. There is water damage to it, so can't be saved. I can find a piece. Be careful. I'm gonna get a big picture of it. See if we can see much of it like that. So is that too busy for you? You were saying that the ship
Well, with
one
all
was.
that water damage it is.
Well, yeah. So that makes sense. That border that's up there matches this. Okay, today it is my job to clean this up. And how I'm going to do that is we have placed the dump trailer right there. Now we couldn't place it under the window of the room where the garbage is because the power line runs right underneath it. So I'm going to set the camera up and you can enjoy watching me take piles of garbage, including that, I reckon, to the dump trailer. However, this is all stuff I'm going to keep. So I may need to move it over to there because I'm probably going to come through this door with a lot of the stuff. All right, I'll get it all set up. Thought I would take a break from scraping and do something inside. But guess what? I'm still scraping. So after all day, we finally got all the walls and the ceilings free of wallpaper. And that's actually paint up there. So I forgot to record any of me painting. So far, this is not easy and it's not looking great. I know it's the very first coat and I realize that. And the only reason I went ahead and painted is so that I could see what needed to be fixed to make it look a little bit better. And there's a lot. So anyway, I'll spin you around and let you see what I'm like. I said, this is the first coat. Anyway, so you can see this is just the very first coat, and it is soaking it up a lot, which I expected because of being probably raw wood. It started a little bit on the ceiling, but that's kind of hard. The paint gun gets heavy fast, but I don't think my paint gun is working right. It's not putting out very much paint. Some people may love this super rustic look. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. 10 years ago, maybe, when I lived on a farm, I might have liked it, but it is the original walls, which that in itself is pretty cool. All right. All right, so here we are in the temporary bedroom. This room has caused me grief. I was hoping that it would be good enough to keep like it is for my craft room, but I hate it. Does it need more paint? Yes. Am I gonna put more paint on it? No. Never gonna look good. The wood is just entirely too rough, and I don't want to waste my time putting 2 or 3 more coats of paint on this. And the paint I did use was primer. I did have primer in it, so that wasn't the issue. The issue isn't even the color. The issue is just the state of the wood. There's too big of gaps. Like I said, it's rough wood. Because bottom line is, this was never meant to be seen. Like I said earlier, this was always meant to be covered. Some people may love this. Some people may look at this and love it. And there is a certain amount of charm to it, I guess. It reminds me of like a porch, a back porch of an old house. But it doesn't suit Harold. Harold is a dignified house, and it deserves proper wall covering. He does. I'm referring to my house as he, yes. Because imagine the beautiful wallpaper, and then the ceiling was covered with a beautiful iridescent wallpaper. It was meant to be pretty. It wasn't meant to be rustic. It's not a farmhouse. It's a city house. So, what am I going to do at this point? Well, this is clean, and it's good enough for a temporary bedroom. However, I am going to put the crown molding back up, just because this is probably going to be the very last room that we do, because it's just my art room. This, as well as the office downstairs, will probably be the 2 last rooms, because of course we're going to do the kitchens and bathrooms and living spaces first, our bedroom. And so this on the priority list is pretty low, so we're talking probably 6 months or longer. And I don't want the crown molding just laying around, being in the way. So I'm going to put it back up. That may seem stupid, but I have a method to my madness. And like I just explained, my reasoning behind it is to get it out of the way. It is good, real wood, crown molding. We did break it in a few places getting down, but even it's still better than the stuff, the MDF stuff that you buy at Lowe's. Which I know you can buy real wood at the big box store too, but it costs money, and if I can save money by reusing the real wood crown molding that I have, then I'm going to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm about to get the air gun and the ladder and just stick this crown molding back up. I may also take the picture rail that was hanging up that my husband, Daryl, didn't like anyway, and just run it in the corners just to kind of cover the unfinishedness of the corners. It's not necessary, and ultimately I don't think it's really going to make it look much better, but maybe it'll make it look a little better. But like I said, this is temporary. I wished it had turned out better, but it didn't.
Okay, so here is the room that we've been working on with the bed in it. Looks kind of, the bed don't, I don't know. So what do you think? Haven't really decorated it all because this is all temporary. I still have to do the floors. The goal was just a clean space for us to sleep. And I love the sunlight reflection on the wall of this window with the trees. There you go.